Greetings from the right coast. This is Mad Shad. This is for Homestead Aus. He was asking about this and it kind of inspired me. I had a chance to go here. Australia, mate. G'day, mate. No worries. Right, do we do? What's all this today? Well, actually, that's not it. But, yeah, I went to Queensland, Australia with the Marine Corps and participated in a joint training operation called Kangaroo 95. Yeah, it was a huge dog and pony show. It was a amazing, amazing time. Got to see the outback, the bush of Australia. Got to train in the terrain. Got to train with the Australian Army. Got to trade with them as well. Got to hang out with them and everything. It was a great time. It was a great time. Lots of stories. Lots of great libo. I went to Queensland. Queensland, and then we went into and put in port at Townsville, and offloaded there and did some training in Weipa, in the country there, and then we were doing some training there. And we continuously had libo in Townsville for like a week at a time. It was great. One of the it's what we call Westpac, because obviously United States, this is East, and I went to Okinawa, Japan, and from Okinawa, Japan, over here, went down to Australia, Korea, and some other places, Phuhang in Korea. But anyway, that's what they called the Westpac. What was the name of the USS Germantown? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, the USS Germantown, a ship. It was I forget the nomenclature of LSD. I think it was an LSD. It had a big old LCAC in it, one of those hover things, you load up all your stuff in there, and they shipped us in the Connex boxes in the LCAC. But anyway, to Australia, to Queensland, Townsville. Then we went to Cairns, which is a very, very touristy kind of area. Spent a lot of time there. Had a great fucking time there. I had a chance to go to Corunda, into the jungle there and do some amazing bungee jumping. If you ever check it out, if I don't know if it's still online or whatever, but we literally climbed a tower up into the jungle. We went into the jungle, climbed a tower. It was freaking tall as hell, and then bungee jumped into this little bitty pond of water. And you could set the depth where you don't hit the water, or you just hit the water, or you go into the water. So I mean, that was a great time. I don't know, how old was I? 19? Yeah. Oh, today is my birthday, by the way. Yay! All right, happy birthday. I'm 47 years old. Oh, great times. So, yeah, it was great. It was absolutely great. It was interesting. The beer, wow. The beer, wow. 10,000 types of beer, all of it strong as hell. All kinds of traditions and hard drinks, and a lot of drinking going on. A lot of the cigarettes. They came in packs of 50, packs of 100, and the idea was that you sit down at the table, and it's like a big communal pack of cigarettes. You just set it there, boom, and everybody just kind of takes one and smokes it. Some of the things that we learned there is that if you walk into a bar and you see a pretty girl, and you say, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I buy you a drink?" It blows her away. For some strange reason. I mean, I'm not throwing throwing the Aussies under the bus there. Maybe it's because a lot of them were military or whatever, but they were blown away. The women were just like, "What? You want to buy me a drink?" They're calling their friends. They're calling her mommy and daddy. Hey, this guy is just truly a true gentleman. Apparently, the idea for the men was even if you got a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, a couple did not go out together. They did. They would go out to eat, or they would go to a movie or something. But if they were going out to drink, the couple would split, and the men would go with the men, and the women would go with the women. So it was nothing to see a whole bunch of men and women together dancing and talking and whatever. So, and I found this out too. Don't ask a girl on the girl side, "Hey, can I buy you a drink? Hey, you want to dance?" if she's got a boyfriend over there, which you will not know. She will be flattered. The man, of course, will not. And the Australians know how to fight. Let's just say that. They're pretty rowdy. Fists fly quickly. They try to be nice. It's a nice. I mean, it's beautiful. It's nice. Everybody's nice, and the hospitality is. Oh man, anywhere I went, I would go with I would go with my friends and my fellow Marines and my clique, and then we would hang out and do that. But I would always pick a day or two to just kind of by myself, get lost, and get into whatever kind of adventure or trouble I could get into. But I found myself in the middle. Where the hell was I? I don't. Somewhere in the middle of Australia. I took an airplane. I took a freaking little airplane. Met this girl. Georgiana? Yeah, Georgiana. Yeah, that was her name. Shit. And we flew somewhere into the freaking... Her daddy had a big old ranch, and he had all kinds of stuff on it. It was a big, huge ranch out in the middle of nowhere, hundreds of miles from from anything. But he had a badass house, badass ranch. She had an airplane. It was kind of a Ricky airplane, but it was her airplane. It's one prop. We're here. So such hospitality. I got to eat all kinds of foods, and they just gave me so much drink, and we talked and stayed up for hours and hours and hours at end, night after night. I must have stayed there like 3 or 4 days, and they didn't want to let me go. They wanted me to marry their daughter and all that. I was like, no. No, I'm just a 19-year-old stupid grunt Marine. No, I'm going to be gone in about 2 weeks here, or a month or so. So, and probably never going to see you again. And can we come to America? You won't like America. I love this wide open space in the ranch, and they had horses, and I mean, it was just, man, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I could have easily just stayed there and had a great time. Would have been hanging out with Homestead Aus. Good night, mate. No worries, mate. No worries. That was one of their favorite sayings. No worries. Another one I found out was, want a root? That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So going through the when we were doing the training, we were hanging out with the Army. I showed you a hat from them. We were trading. We were trading. We had, you always, anytime you go out there in the world, bring extra shit with you. I don't care what it is. It's just cool fucking extra shit. Extra blue jeans, extra watches, sneakers, extra uniforms that you have bought that you're gonna buy. Because if you're in the military, you're always losing shit, tearing shit up, and you got to go get shit. Go get more stuff. And so hats and covers, emblems and insignias and Zippo lighters, the blouses, the pants, the boots. just all kinds of gloves, just all kinds of extra stuff, just so you can trade. And I wound up with I got a boonie, which is it's a wider brim boonie, and I got some really cool. They were army. They were the Australian Army issue boots, very soft, almost like lambskin boots, but they were military. Like our military boots, but they were a different color. I wore the fuck out of those things. It took me about 2 or 3 years to wear them down, but they were just so cool. It's like a darkish red kind of leather. It was great. Love those boots. So comfy. And some other things. Tried ant nest soup. They got these ants over there. Everything's weird. You go out in the woods. Here, you go to the woods. And anywhere you go to the woods, you go to the woods. And it's woods. And you see this and that. And we have our birds, and every now and then you'll see a colorful little bird, but most of the birds are camouflaged. You're not going to see them; you'll just hear them. A lot of the raccoons and things you won't see. You just won't see them. Australia, the backcountry, the bush, there is tropical birds everywhere. It is amazing. It blues and yellows and greens and the calls. The sounds are different. They're I mean, it's crazy. You think some kid is up in the tree yelling and cussing and screaming at you in another language. All right, get it, Smokey, get it. Anyway, they got the wallabies. The wallabies, like we have deer, they have wallabies. Wallabies are not kangaroos. Well, they are kangaroos, but they're smaller. And they just thunder through the woods in big packs like deer, and they're gone. You're like, what the fuck was that? Kangaroos, by the way, stay the fuck away from them. They will kill you. Yes, they will kill you. If they don't hit you with their tail or bite you, their favorite move to do is to take their little hands, put them on your shoulders. And with their legs, which are strong and hooved, they stand back on their tail, they disembowel you. And it happens like that, you're done. Don't mess with the kangaroos. Don't box them. Don't think you're going to box a kangaroo because he will kill you. See, the frogs, they had some kind of weird frogs. They give us this briefing about, what to do, what to mess with, what not to mess with. Yeah, what not to mess with. Don't touch this. Don't go there. Don't say this. Yeah, they give us these briefings. And one of them was about this toad. I forget the name of this toad. The big, nasty, ugly-looking toad. And what it likes to do is it likes to get into small little areas, like your car, and it blows itself up like a bloat. It bloats up. It's big. It's a big fucking toad. But it would get into your vehicles. It would try to get in your backpack. It likes to backpack around, basically. And what this thing would do is it created a lot of disease, and it spread a lot of disease and stuff around it. So we weren't allowed to touch that. Oh, and the termite mounds. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3 stories high, biggest monstrous. Things. It's just this weird kind of alien-looking thing. And if you don't go near it. Don't go near it, because if you touch it, you poke a hole in it. If you mess with it, 10 billion termites will come out and eat you. They will just. Yeah, termites will kill you. And these ain't your normal termites either. Every bite is a piece of flesh coming out of you. So think about that. 10 million termites. And people, before you get to the mound, you've got this mound. The mound is just the tip of the iceberg. The majority of the colony goes down into the ground. So it's kind of it can be fragile, if you will, walking up to the mound. So you can literally fall into this mound of 10 billion flesh-eating termites, and you will be rendered termite food. So many weird things. I mean, they had some snakes. They had all kinds of crazy snakes. The crocodiles. We got alligators. We got some big alligators. We got some big gators here. Yeah, they're big. They're prehistoric looking. Not in Australia. Holy shit! I remember we were doing this thing, and doing this thing with the army, and I was guarding I was in charge of guarding this bridge. Simple 2-lane bridge, they drive on the wrong side. Yeah. Well, actually, we drive on the wrong side, right? Right? So it's a 2-lane with the little easement on the side, and then it comes up in concrete. It's, not high at all. But it was over this waterway. And the waterway came from the ocean, and it went into inland. And that was my job, and it was like 50, 60 feet up in the air. It was all concrete. It was a bridge. It was a real bridge. I forget how long it is. Doesn't matter. You see, so 2-lane, okay? And I'm standing there and walking around, just bored as fuck, because you're just walking around. It's this whole kangaroo 95 exercise, joint exercise, training exercise. And we're above the bridge, and the Australians were below the bridge, and they were fishing and crabbing. Every Australian little unit, every fire team is 4 people, they had their own little vehicle, and they would just drive around and just park and crab and fish. I was like, holy shit. Oh, I got some sterno tabs. I got some other stuff too. Did some training trades. Really cool bug net. Got to play with the radios. They got a really cool free hopping radio there. The call signs are totally different too. Their radio phonics and all that. It has to be specific. You better say Roger Wilco. Okay, that's the same thing as us, but we're just more like whatever kind of deal. We're more informal, whereas they're very formal, and it is very fucking important and paramount that you follow those parameters. Kind of like in a ham radio. Ham radio operators, the same way. So anyway, I digress. Mosquitoes will eat you alive. Oh my God, they will not stop. They will not stop. They will drive you nuts. The mosquitoes, and they bite hard. Oh my God, these bam, taking blood shooting out of you. So mosquito nets, mosquito gloves. It didn't help. We had DEET. I was covered in DEET. I covered everything in DEET. I think I still have scars from the mosquito bites. It's crazy. It just felt like a hypodermic needle just went into you. Just sink. Ooh. And by the time you hit them, they're gone. Or they push your hand back and they fly away. Yeah, but drove me nuts. I started trying to eat them. Tried everything. Yeah, mosquito. So anyway, back to this bridge. I'm on this bridge, 2-lane highway on the bridge, and one of the Aussie guys was like, "Hey mate, look at that!" And coming down the river. The waterway, you can see it. It's just in the distance. It was just like this little thing, it's coming towards you. You're like, what is that? And it's making this huge, this huge ass wake behind it. Like, wow. He's like, and it gets closer and closer and closer, and it's a crocodile. Like, wow, that's a crocodile. I mean, you're looking at it, can't really see. You just see this thing. You're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, crocodile. So I walk over. Wow. He starts to go underneath the bridge, and I see his head. And I'm looking. I'm like, holy whoa. Are you sure that's a crocodile? It looks like a submarine. Yeah, his thing was long as hell. I mean, wide. I mean, I'm 50, 60 feet up in the air, so it's kind of hard to tell, if you're, it's, I'm like, what the fuck? And so I look, and his head goes underneath the bridge, and halfway, I'm like, wow, okay, I'm gonna run over to the other side, see if I can't see him. Maybe I spit on his head or something, or, tweet, And I looked, I seen his head. Like, okay. So I ran over to the other side. I looked down, I seen his tail. And I ran back over to the other side. His head, tail, as long as the fucking 2-lane highway bridge. And it must have been, I don't know how wide. Just a fucking prehistoric monster. It gets better. That was my first interaction with my sighting, crocodile sighting, croc sighting. Had so much fun, running around, hanging out with you, doing this op and everything. It was, we had blanks and we had the miles gear and bang, 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 beep, beep. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay. Medic and they got a fire team. You got to fire carry this guy. Throw him over your shoulder. Oh shit. And we're trying to be as cool and badass looking as we can for the Australian Army, so they can be as cool and badass as they can. And we were there on ship. They got to go on ship with us and hang out, eat, do chow and stuff like that, and train with us. And it was really cool. It's really cool. We had some great times. When the op was over, when this training thing was over, and we were exfilling, me being one of the lowest on the totem pole at the time, I think I had just turned 94, 95. Yeah, I was a Lance Corporal, E3, and I was part of a fire team. I wasn't fire team leader yet, but I was part of the fire team. I forget what I was, rifleman, whatever. That's how it works. You just go up the chain, rifle. Later on, I became saw gunner extraordinaire, saw gunner RTO, because I loved my saw and I didn't want to give it up. Yeah, so a saw is a squad automatic weapon. It's got it goes pew pew 200 times before you have to change the drum. Yeah, it's got a drum. Anyway, whatever. So getting ready to exfil, and this was in WEPA. Yeah, WEPA. Getting ready to exfil, and everybody is we all go to the area, and we're gonna get the helos, the DLZ, and the helo's gonna take us back to the boat, and the Aussies are gonna come with us as well and hang out on the boat. And we're sitting around, and we're like, there's a big commotion going on with the higher ups, and they're like, holy shit, we're gonna have to move. And you're like, dude, there's like 150 of us. We can't just up and move. And the Aussies were like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to go check it out. We know what it is. It's a crocodile. It's hanging out in the woods. It's okay. We'll go hang out. We'll go watch it for you. And so they leave. Then they come running back. They're like, Christ, they blimey, shit, you fucking get out of my lion. I'm like, and you're watching these Aussies just fucking wig out. And they're like, ah. And, it's making all of us go, what the fuck is going on here? And so the word came down that me, personally, we were not allowed to have, this wasn't a live fire exercise. They gave me full magazine, 30 rounds, and a radio. And I was instructed to do crocodile watch. And if the crocodile comes towards me, I was to position myself between the crocodile and the element that was exfilling, and I was supposed to give them up to date. Like I had the phone, I had the handset jammed up into my freaking brain bucket, and and I was just like, and I depressed it, and I was like, yeah, he's moving left, he's moving right. Holy shit, he just did a 360. Oh fuck. Oh, he's looking at me. He's coming forward. Okay, he just did a 360. He's going the other way. What the fuck? I've never seen anything that big move that fucking fast. And I never forget. They gave me the 30 round magazine. They said, this is probably not going to help you, but good luck anyway. What? Really? Yeah, I was a rifleman at the time. I had an M16A2, had 3-round burst. They gave me a full magazine. They're like, this probably ain't gonna save you, but good luck anyway. Thanks for taking one for the team there, buddy. Yeah, crocodile watch. And this thing was probably when they put me in, they brought me in. This an Aussie guy and my LT, my lieutenant. They walked in with me, and we snuck in real low and next to a tree and a bush. And he's like, "All right, mate, there he is, Lieutenant. You see him? Holy shit!" We're being very, very quiet, stealthy, and it was the big clearing, and here was this massive. I swear to God, he must have been 4 foot tall. Maybe, I don't know. When your mind sees things and you try to recall things, it kind of focuses and makes things bigger because you're taking it all in, because you've got this massive fucking creature that could eat you in one bite. So yeah, your senses are heightened and all that. So oh shit, here it comes. Oh, TBI, yay! Trying to power through this. So anyway. So I'm watching this amazing prehistoric alligator creature, crocodile, and I've got a full magazine full of some points, 5.56, just regular NATO ball. I've got it on the radio, and I'm watching this thing. It's huge, and it's moving like it'll do a 360 in a split second. Then it would rush forward over here, and then change direction and rush forward. I don't know. As length, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. 15 feet. Big as fuck. Like I said, your mind has a way of focusing on the most minute details. The color was greenish and dark with gray and kind of yellowishy, and overall the mouth. Oh my God, the snout on this thing was huge. This thing was a beast, and it was an absolute beast. So I had to sit there, and I was the bait. Okay, that was it. I was the bait. I was the sacrificial lamb that was given to this monstrous fucking kraken, land kraken, so that the rest of everyone else could get away. Oh yes, Australia. Yeah, great times. So I got out of there. They came. They radioed me in. They said, "Okay, go. Let's go. Come on." And I backed out of there slowly. And when I got back, they were like, "Why didn't you shoot it? You had rounds. You had authorization. You should have shot it." It's like, I didn't want to shoot that fucking thing and piss it off. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not pissing that thing off. No. Some things you should not shoot. Things like that, you don't shoot. Unless you're in like a fucking helicopter or something. And, I don't want to shoot Godzilla. Okay? No. We've seen those movies. We know what happens when you shoot Godzilla. So, yeah, I met Australian Godzilla. Yeah. Auszilla. Yeah. He was fine. I was fine. Went back. I exfilled, and I was just like, damn. Somebody give me a shot right fucking now. Please. That was some scary shit, but that was fun. It was fun. It was one of my most interesting encounters with crocodiles there. So yeah. Shit. It's been 30 minutes. Rest of Australia, it was just a blast. There was a brawl we got into. I remember this. Yeah. The homeless there. The homeless. It is customary for them when they come up to you and ask you for $1 or something. It is highly encouraged that you give them something. If not, it's okay for them to berate you and create a scene so that everybody else looks at you and goes, "Well, you're a shitty person, aren't you?" You know. The homeless, which unfortunately is a lot of Aboriginal people, which I got to hang out with some of them. All I gotta say is, wow, P&G gold, baby. Yeah. Shout out to you, gangster guy. Gangster Aboriginal. That was cool. That was fucking cool. I hung out with him and all his friends, and yeah. But yeah. That was another thing is checking out the Aborigines, eating ant nest soup. They got these ants that take leaves and cut them and make a nest in the trees, and the ants themselves they're green, and they suck out nectar and they store it in their abdomen, in their butts. So you can actually pick up one of the ants and go and bite that nectar, bite their butt off. And it tastes like very, very strong green apples. It's very good. The taste is amazing. It's very strong. It's very tart. And so what you do is you take that nest, and these guys, the Aboriginals, they just grab the nest with their freaking hand and stick it right into the water and swoosh it around. Usually some kind of like just boiled water or whatever, and they just swish it around and they just drink it. And these things are biting the fuck out. They bite hard. I mean, they fucking bite hard. Oh yeah, we learned some traps, some kind of Rambo traps, if you will, how to do improvised stuff like that. And you got to leave it to the Aussies to fuck with us. We were under a tree. Obviously, it had all these green ants in it. And they're going through and showing us this, and one of the traps is they literally take a can and they poke a hole in it, and they tie a string to it, and it goes up into the tree. You hit the tripwire and it goes bam, and you take the can. It's any kind of can similar to this size. You fill it. You can put spikes in it. You can have like a spike go right in your head, right into your abdomen, wherever you want to put it. In the chest, and it would just swing down. And you could actually, what he did is he tied a string from one end, and then he tied a stopper string from here. So it would actually go boom and stop. And so he had a little X, he tried it out, and he made me stand there. He goes, okay, boom. And he says, everybody, gather around. And we got all close, and I set off the trap, and this thing comes out of nowhere. Boom. And shakes the tree, and out from the tree comes all these fucking ants raining down on us, biting the fuck out of us, and he's back there just laughing like, ha, 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 tough Marines, eh? We're like, fuck you, buddy. But yeah, it was that was some good times in Australia. The beer, my favorite beer, even to this day, is Victoria Bitters. I love it. I've found it only a few times here in the States. It's just not the same. It doesn't taste the same as it does in Australia. Victoria Bitters, 4X. 4X was good. That's a heavy lager. One of my favorite beers, obviously, is Guinness. I love my Guinness. Mead, anything made out of mead. But yeah, Victoria Bitters was my favorite. It was cheap, and it had a very distinctive taste to it that I really enjoyed. But yeah, Australia. 95. Had a great time. Yeah. So, shit. Almost 35 minutes. I'm going to leave it there. This is Mad Shad signing off.